Hello, welcome back to the cronecast at the Rising Moon. My name is Elaine, and on this channel I do the Spirit Guide Monthly live every last Friday of the month. I hope you're able to join me. I also do pick a card readings. I also do astrology readings, but today we're doing another lesson 6 in the Learn to Manifest, Learn Magic series that I've been doing. This is basic magic to help you increase your rate and the level of duration of the manifestations that you're trying to bring in. If you're also doing magic, I'm trying to help you get the best results that you can then retain. Today's lesson is about love magic. Now, before I get started, this is not about judgment, but be aware, emotionally influential magic comes at a greater karmic cost than other forms of magic. But there are ways to do it without impacting your karma negatively. And we're going to talk about that. There are 3 different ways to do love magic that will help you get the relationship that you're hoping for, and that will help you retain the relationship that you're hoping for. Remember, anything born in a battle of wills, if you're really trying to force somebody to do something that they really aren't committed to or really aren't there for, or they have other work that they need to do, we don't get to keep it in the same way that we would want it. Meaning anything born in a battle of wills may contain a battle of wills within the nature of the relationship, and it can become a karmic relationship where you have to learn karmic lessons. Having said that, again, nothing about judgment here. I'm just trying to help you get the results that you want from the magic and the manifestations that you're trying to accomplish. There are 3 different ways to do love magic that are likely to bring you exactly what you want. The first and the easiest is to not use a target's name. I will tell you how to use a target's name and to also still kind of get that get out of jail free card for the karmic, kind of payback on things. The first one is to do things in round terms, meaning if you're doing love magic, even if you have a specific person in mind and you're positive that they are your soulmate, simply keep reiterating in your petition, in your request, I want my soulmate, my divine partner, my twin flame. And that leaves the universe open to being like, just in case you've not identified the right person, because I don't know about you, but I've been in love multiple times in my life, or at least thought I was. And I always at the time thought that was the only person, and then there was somebody else after them. Remember, there can be more than one answer to your problem. So the easiest way is to use soulmate, divine partner, bring me the love of my life, bring me a committed partnership. That's the easiest way. That's very open-ended love magic. New love spells, soulmate spells, those things are, if you're not naming a specific person, you can include all kinds of descriptions, including physical descriptions, what you would like. Specificity helps so much in magic. What you would like their attributes to be. A good sense of humor, kindness, compassion. If you're a vegan or something, you can name that as well. Remember, the greater the list of attributes you want this person to achieve, the longer it might take. So keep that in mind. Usually it is best to keep it short and simple. Bring me someone loving, kind, monogamous, committed, and mature. And that's a good list. Most people want physical attributes as well. So go ahead and, tall, dark, handsome, whatever it might be. But if you want to do magic for a specific person, which is I'm sure why other people are tuning into this, there is something that you can do even if you want to do magic against a specific person or towards a specific person that will make sure that it is in your highest goods kind of service. And that's exactly what it is. If it serves the highest good of all concerned. That is what you add to your petition, period. If it's Joe Schmo that you want, you're doing this great big love spell, so he'll be committed, he'll move in, he'll leave his partner, if it is in the highest good of all concerned. That is your get out of jail free card. It means that if you have misidentified your real soulmate or the person that you're meant to be with, then the magic simply will it will attract a partner, but it will not attract that partner because it's not in the highest good of all concerned. So there's that one. There is another one for trying to draw people away in a third-party situation, and this is the best one to do. Remember, in most instances, the person that you want who is with somebody else, that person hasn't done anything to you. They're just occupying a space that you would like to occupy. So the best way to do that is not break them up, make sure they argue, no. Instead, ask for that person to receive their divine partner, their soulmate, a true love, someone who will treat them kindly. That way you are balancing their scales while taking something that you would wish to possess. But people aren't objects, and so you have to keep things in mind about letting them do their work, letting them make their own decisions, making sure that their love comes from an honest and a real place. And the other thing that you can do when you're doing love magic, when you want a very specific person, is once again, if you're detailing, make this person focus on me, make this person give me a chance, make this person communicate with me. Leave it open that they have some choice in the matter. And be aware, if somebody has no feelings for you at all, you cannot make somebody love you. There has to be the seed there to water, to make it flourish, to make it grow. Love magic can be in bounds, but it needs to be done with truly loving intent in order for it to work. And that's the other workaround, is get yourself into a meditative space where you're open with love and compassion and truly unconditional love. And if you truly possess unconditional love for somebody, there's a part of you that accepts that it's like, if I'm not their right answer, then maybe I should not be with them. And so asking for things to be done in somebody's highest good, making sure that you are in line with truly unconditional love. Ask for the things that you want: fidelity, monogamy, friendship, humor. Be specific in what you're asking for, and ask for a balanced relationship. You can also ask for one of duration, and that's fine as well. There are some magics that you should probably avoid. Now, you can do ones to reignite passion. If you've been in love for a while and you're like, you know what, the spark isn't there, you can 1000% do love magic. And oh, by the way, juniper berries are one of the things that will help with that, because that for men makes, arousal possible. And I will have another video covering add-ons to spells, basic spells, that will help them be strengthened, again, more endurance and greater rapidity in manifestation. Juniper berries help a lot in love spells when you're trying to reignite passion, trying to make somebody be faithful, trying to make somebody stay home. That's the other thing. If you're in a committed relationship, it is in bounds to try and make sure somebody is kind, compassionate. You can influence people by turning them, but you cannot entirely control that. Keep that part in mind. You cannot entirely control another person's actions. And again, if you're doing magic for somebody that is already in a relationship, but you are just convinced that person's my person, they belong with me, I've got guidance on this, then the thing you would do is not break them up, make them argue, make them just hit each other. What you would do is have the petition state that you want their head to be turned towards you, and you're calling in the divine partner, the soulmate, the greatest love of their partner. So that way nobody is hurt, because the energy that is created in a spell is the energy that is yours. And so that's why it's in your best interest, because people doing love magic out there are probably like, no, I hate that person. Listen, maybe there's a good reason for that, but the easiest way to make sure you're not carrying negative debts is to try and do things with the best intent. Love magic it's very powerful, but remember, that which is meant for us can't be kept from us, and that which is not meant for us cannot be kept by us. So if you're trying to force a situation, remember, you could be preventing your truest partner. And then secondly, if it's really not meant for you, you just simply can't keep it. And that's okay. Sometimes we don't want things for the rest of time. We just want things for a good time. And that's all within bounds. As long as you have the intent of not harming another when you go forward in emotionally influential magic, know that you're usually in bounds. You're usually in bounds. And then the other thing to remember about doing love magic is make sure you're fully aligned, clean up your heart chakra as much as you can, make sure that you have really identified why you think this person is for you, and try to identify the red flag behaviors that you would like corrected, because that's another thing that you can put into your petition. Yes, you can do love magic to try and improve your relationships. If you're having trouble communicating, you can do one in which you're open, honest, compassionate, and reasonable in your connections. You can do things to improve your existing relationships, both friendships, both, loving relationships, romantic relationships, dating relationships. And if you do have somebody who has ghosted you and you're like, hey, I just want closure, you can 100% do a closure spell, where they contact you, and it is not to make them be in a relationship with you, but to make them give you the energy of closure. So that was how to do love magic without impacting your karma. Let me see if there's anything else I should cover. There really is. There are a couple of things that it helps to have present. I will do another video on things that it helps to have present to represent the elements on your altar, the different things that you need to have present for different types of spells. But since we're here in the love magic category, let's talk about the ones that it helps tremendously to have already. There are specific types of plants that help tremendously in achieving love magic. One of them is cilantro, and they're very, very easy to grow. Cilantro is unconditional love. It is loving and giving and generous love. So you can have that present with your intention candle. Or if you're simply writing a petition, you can also simply have it on your altar with your intention candle. And then the other is catmint or catnip, which draws somebody to you. So those are the two plants that it can help tremendously if you're starting to do love magic, trying to attract your partner. Then cilantro, which is coriander in some cultures, or catmint or catnip are two of the things to use. Juniper berries are tremendously good if you're trying to light that flame for somebody. And again, please remember, walk forward with the standard of, I examine this to make sure that I would be comfortable with somebody doing this to me. And sometimes you can be. Sometimes you can be like, yeah, that person who got away, I really, really wish that everything had worked out. You can do love magic to try and to make sure that everyone resolves their issues and does their work. Write your petition clearly, write your intention clearly, and there are love spells all over the place, but the best magic that you will ever perform will contain your specific wording. Everything that's out there, well, that's not true. Sooner or later, as I said, I'll teach celestial and angelic magic, and it doesn't have a lot of free-form things in some things, but most love magic, you are meant to include your specific requests and requirements, and that is best done in a petition. The way to write a petition is something that I will be covering in another video, but there are videos all over YouTube about how to write a petition. It is best to make sure that you name what it is you're looking for, and then the other thing that is best to do is what you would like it to result in. So a long-term relationship, a committed relationship, a monogamous relationship, a passionate relationship, whatever it is that you're looking for, put that into your love scripting for what you are trying to manifest. And please remember, this is again not about judgment. I just want you to be happy. The best love magic is the one that asks for your true love, your divine pairing, your soulmate, your best possible partner, rather than saying, Joe Smith, use the terms soulmate, divine partner, best possible pairing. The best match for me at this stage in my journey is another one as well. We're very attached to the idea of permanence within relationships. Doing love magic, even if you have one person in mind, but you use those kind of broader terms, if they're really your person, it's going to work on them. And if they're not, it's going to bring you the this or something better. And that is the keyest phrase, the key phrase in any love magic that will truly help you get what you want. This or something better. This or something better. That is the thing that will allow you to have flexibility, because attachment to outcomes in magic is limiting. It is blocking energy. That is another reason not to get overly specific with people with like very rigid definitions, is to make sure that you leave a little bit of a back door, making sure that the universe can work with the energies that are available and truly bring you what you're asking for. And sometimes what we're asking for is different than what we get, and what we get is better when we use that open-ended phrasing. So remember, highest good of all, if it serves mine and the highest good of all people concerned. If you're trying to do third-party love magic, draw that other person's soulmate to them. You don't want to wreck somebody else's life, because if you create energy, it does come back to you. And that's why it's an important thing to do. Again, nothing about judgment. It's about keeping you energetically safe in the happiest and the most loving energy that you can possess. And then the others are this or something better. And then the very last one, if you have to, I just can't even bring myself to leave it possible for somebody else. then the other thing that you would want to do is to ask for healing and loving energy around the connection that you are asking to possess. And that is the last one, the kind of, I guess that would be the omega of the get out of jail free card for karmic relationships on love magic, is making sure that the energy that you're asking for is loving, compassionate, healing, nurturing, all of the things that would make for a good relationship. And that way, when it comes to you, the emotionally influential magic that you've done isn't about obsession or possession. It is about true partnership, true joining together, true love. Love magic is a sticky one. I don't do it. The only thing that I will do is new love magic, but it is a very popular form of magic. Please keep in mind the best question to ask yourself when you sit down to do any magic is, am I okay with somebody doing this to me? Because again, the easiest way to protect yourself is if you are not reaching for something, it cannot reach you. It is the best form of energetic protection that you can do, is to simply walk forward with good intent. This may not be a very popular one. That's okay. Remember, this isn't about scolding. This is about trying to make the most of the energy and the power that you possess so that you get what you're hoping for out of the magic that you're doing. And finally, the last one, if you've been fighting like cats and dogs, remember there are different flowers that help with that as well. Pink roses are for good camaraderie, for friendship. White are for diplomacy, for peace. Red is for passion. And then purple is divine love as well. So the thing to keep on your altar as a representation of what you're trying to achieve, chocolate induces euphoria, and all of the different roses. And it's not interchangeable. A client of me asked me how to do something. I told him to use a white carnation. He got back to me and said I used a white rose instead. And it's like, that has a different magic meaning. It wasn't going to screw anything up, but specificity in ingredients. If you're going to do, don't get freeform with your ingredients. They do have different meanings. Oh, by the way, cinnamon helps with rapidity and also passion and heat. So I will be covering that in my next video, I think, which is add-ons to your manifestations, ingredients that you can add to your altar and to your spells to bring you the results that you're hoping to have. Thanks so much for joining me. Remember, I'm actually trying to help. I did not actually want to do this particular video, but I had been asked to because so many people do love magic and they don't understand that sometimes they're actually causing a block. And I did do love magic in my 20s as a really different person at different stages of my life, as we all are. We're all growing and expanding. It's not magic I'm comfortable doing any longer. There's a long list of reasons why, including I don't like to interfere with free will. I will defend people, and I will defend myself as well, but it's not aimed in hurting other people. The worst I do to people is kind of amplify their karmic debt and ask that it be paid within this lifetime. Remember, if you are not doing ill to others, it's very difficult for people to do ill to you. So that's the ultimate, well, why would I care? Because it protects you. It protects you from the interference of other people. And remember, if you're moving in these circles where people like divination, they like magic, they like manifestation, chances are the people in your life do as well. It is important to put up your shields to make sure that you are able to be protected from things being done to you. And the best way to do that is to protect yourself with your intent. Take care, be well. I hope you're enjoying this series.